Hello, folks. Oh, very good, not Suki. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live feed. Just waiting for people to come online. Nobody seems to be coming on at the moment, so I don't know what's going on. So, we've got one wee face coming up there. So, if you want a card, we're going to be using your spiritual journey soul spirit cards tonight to have a little bit of fun with these. So we're going to have fun with these cards tonight. I see one watching me, so if you want a wee card, just put a comment up in the comment section. And there are two. So just drop me a wee comment so I can see who's on and who's not. So if you just say hello in the comments or say something so I know who's watching me. I see I've got two, but I don't know who's watching and who's not. So as I say, we're going to have fun with the your spiritual journey, soul spirit cards. Hello Lee, hello Victoria, nice to see you. That's good. Um, yes, I'm fine, Lee Miller and Victoria Wilson. So we'll start with you two then, because when we've got three people watching at the moment, I know people's having problems putting comments up, but Lee Meller, we'll start with you, Lee Meller. So we'll see what you've got for you, Lee. Happiness. The happiness card is nothing to do with uh, happiness as in winning the lottery or anything exciting like that. The happiness card is turning your thoughts and your feelings inwardly for you, Lee, because happiness is when the heart is relaxed. So you haven't had a chance to relax or you haven't had a chance to unwind of late, well, Lee, that's what that happiness card brought for you is to bring that relaxation around the river of life or the sea of tranquility. So, the river of life and the sea of tranquility is bringing that calmness around you. If you haven't subscribed, liked, or shared, please do so because the more likes, shares, and that I get, the better chance. So, subscribing, sharing, and liking this site makes me come on more often, or I'm allowed to come on more often. Victoria Wilson. Victoria Wilson, welcome. The only thing you need to do at the moment, Victoria Wilson, is welcome yourself to your thoughts, your feelings, and your own ideas. Because sometimes we think other people knows more than we do, or other people have the right to tell us what to do. Well, they don't. So just remember, Victoria Wilson, that the welcome is from yourself. Hello, Emma Gore. Nice to see you joining me tonight again. So that's what we're doing. So if we, as I say, if you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed to this channel, please do so because this is where it seems to be going from now on in is a little bit more YouTube or because the world or people around the world finds it easier to listen to me or see me on this channel than on my own. But Victoria Wilson, that welcome card is welcome to a new cycle. I know there's a lot of issues going on in the world at the moment, and I know there's a lot of uncertainty in the world at the moment, but this is your chance to be happy or to bring the peace and tranquility back into your life that has been missing for some time. So, as we go into the future with you, Victoria, the next 2 months in particular are there. Hello, Zoe Grant. Hello, Zoe. Emma Gore. Emma Gore. Let's see what we got for you, Emma, tonight. And we have got development. Development just means, Emma, that there's development in our career, there's development in our family circle, and there's development in our social life. We live on a small island, as Emma knows. So it's hard sometimes, especially with the lockdown and the isolation we're going through at the moment, Emma. But that development is take this time to refocus on what's really what you want or what you need. And by refocusing or really giving yourself that pat on the back, Emma, you will find by the end of March going into April that things are a lot easier or less stressful. So there's less stress and more upliftment there for you, Emma, from the end of March going into April. Zoe Grant. Zoe Grant. Let's see what we've got for you, Zoe. You're more than welcome, Victoria. You're more than welcome, Victory. You've heard the expression, you reap what you sow. So anybody who's tried to block you, Zoe, or tried to tell you that you weren't on the right path with your choices or your decisions, don't listen, because that victory card just indicates you're going to have the last laugh, or you're going to feel good within yourself. But also that success comes from the more effort we put in, and you're feeling a wee bit lethargic on that, thinking maybe I should do more, maybe I should have done more. And the answer to that, Zoe, is you've done more than your fair share, and you have been a really, really strong individual. So if anybody tries to tell you didn't put enough effort in, don't listen to them, Zoe, because you have. Because that victory is we can only bring out alive what we put in. So the more we put in, the more we get out in return. So the main thing at this moment is that I was asked to do more, so I put it on that I was going to be on here, and lots of people said to wear. So it must be finding it difficult to communicate, or they must be finding it difficult to find where I am. But anyway, Lee Miller, Victoria Wilson, Emma Gore, Zoe Grant, thank you for joining me at this time. I see there's more people, but they haven't put a comment up. So if you want a card read, or you would like me to do a card, just put a comment up like the Lee, Victoria, and Emma, and Zoe has done. And just go back over that. If you're still on there, Lee or Victoria, or even Emma or Zoe, if you want another card while I'm waiting for others to join or find out how to comment, just say if you want another card, because I'm here and I'll do the cards for you if you want. But it's all to do with growth for myself as well, because it's time to bring strength into the new year, because 2020 we had to put things on hold quite a lot. But a lot of people have asked me around the world to do this. So I thought by leaving it a wee bit later that some of the others that wanted me to do this would ask. So, but nobody's joined me, so not to worry. I'm a patient wee man. So if I'll just keep on going, keep struggling until I get more people watching, or more people to link. Zoe Grant, yep, you are welcome to have another card, Zoe. Excel. You've heard the expression, I can't see the trees for the forest. Well, that's back into that, Zoe, where you are finding it difficult to see the clear path in life, because you always think maybe they know more than me, or maybe they have got a better idea what's right for me. No one has the right to tell us what to do. No one has the right to put us off our stream. Hello, Sam Cooley. Nice for you to join me. So that's all it is for you, Zoe. That Excel, as long as you know you're right, and as long as you know it's what you want, then why would you put it off till tomorrow, or why should you wait for tomorrow to come? So Zoe, that's why you've got that Excel card, because you will excel and you will succeed in your path or the journey you've chosen for yourself. Sam Cooley. Sam Cooley, let's see what we got for Sam. Fortitude. Love this card. It's mountain high, river deep. You felt as if you've been climbing a very, very high mountain, Sam, but you're frightened that you're going to fall into the deep end and drown. You'll not fall in the deep end, Sam, because you've got too much going for you. Hello, Lisa Lee. Nice to see you. Nice to you're finding how to comment in here. But Sam Cooley, yeah, that fortitude, that mountain high. You can help but a bit across those. All right, no problem. I'll come to you in a minute, Lee. But Sam Cooley, that's what it is. Is that you're at a height of perfection at the moment. You're not going to fall in the deep end. Stay positive, stay focused, and bring that strength to the next level of respect. Because by bringing the next level of respect, you won't be disappointed in how things go over the next possibly 3 months down the line. Lisa Lee, Lisa Leece, Leece. Let's see what we've got for you. Touch. You've only touched on some of the ideas that you want to go. You've only touched briefly on the ideas of what the future has in store. But if you could just step in a wee bit deeper, for Lisa, for that touch card, because when we touch other people, we put them on the right path? Were you able to give them their advice, or were you able to show them what's possible? And sometimes we just have to hug ourselves, and sometimes we just have to reassure ourselves that we deserve love as much as everybody else. And that's what it all is, Lisa, at the moment, uh, is bringing me strength for you. But it's like hug yourself at the moment, Lisa, because that's, I'm not saying nobody's doing it for you, or I'm not saying that nobody loves you, but sometimes we have to love ourselves, and sometimes we just have to give ourselves that wee hug. And that's what that touch card came for you, Lisa, is you're in touch with your own emotions, or be in touch with who the person you want to be. Uh, if I don't, if you can help, but I'm a bit at a crossroads for the card. Okay, let's see, Lee Miller, you're at a wee crossroads at the moment. Let's see where the crossroads will take you. Oh, happiness is in the eye of the beholder, because sooner rather than later, you're going to be smiling. I know you've been knocked back a couple of times by this card, so you feel as if I'm never going to succeed, or I'm never going to achieve the goals that I've set myself. Oh, you will. Believe you me, Lee, that smile, I know you say you're at a crossroads at the moment, but the smile is keep on going. And even though we have been knocked back or we have been let down, that doesn't mean it's a failure. It just means that the timing wasn't right. But it's as though the sun's coming up for you at the moment, and we're bringing that upliftment of sunshine into your life, Lee. The end result will justify the means. Just remember, it will bring happiness and peace back in. Jojo, let's see what we got for Jojo tonight. Oh, insight. From small acorns, come large and mighty oak, which just means, Jojo, in your personal life and in your physical life. So in your physical outlook in life, or the physical path that you want to walk on, keep on walking forward, keep on walking with pride and confidence in your heart. But the personal side, where love and that's concerned, the insight is trust your instincts. If you don't think it's right, then it's not right. Or if you feel as if you want to develop that, you can. But it's just take the lead, because sometimes you allow others to be a bit more in control, or allow others' emotions and feelings to overshadow your own. Never let them overshadow you, Jojo, because at the end of the day, you're just as important as anybody else, or your love of self is very, very important at the moment. And that's why it says take the lead. So, Jojo, please take the lead in your physical life, your personal life, and your career. It's time for you to stand up and be kind and let the world see you're not going to back down, or you're not going to be pushed over, or you're not going to be walked on like a doormat. So, you won't be walked on like a doormat. So, just remember, you will not be walked on anymore. So thank you very much. So if anybody else, while I'm waiting for other people, nobody's asked me for questions. So if anybody's still watching me wants a card, just put a wee comment up there, or just say yes please, and you can have another card. That's not a problem. So if anybody else watching wants to make a card, you're more than welcome, Jojo. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for watching me. As I say, anybody watching that hasn't subscribed, liked, or shared, please do so, because the more we get, the better chance, or the better opportunity there is for me to come back on again and continue on with these live feeds or these readings. So, as I say, if you want another card while I'm here, just ask. But we comment up there if you still want another question. You're more than welcome. Yep, of course you can, Sam. That's not a problem. You're more than welcome, my friend. Act. Act on your impulses, because it just says what you do makes a difference. We said that a couple of days ago to a friend. If we don't act on our impulses, or we don't follow our first impressions, we get lost in the scheme of things, or we get lost in the bigger picture of life. So, Sam Cooley, if you just act on your instincts and act on your first impression, I think there's going to be a few surprised people this year, because even though we still have a little bit of a lockdown, or things are not running as easy, uh, because it's unfortunately the COVID is still spreading around. But acting on your impulses, I think 2021, Sam, people's going to be a bit shocked at how strong you have become, or how determined you are at the moment, that nobody or nothing is going to take away your self-respect, and you're not going to be disappointed with what 2021's got for you. So I'll leave that one with you, Sam. Lisa Lees, do you see another job for me in the future? Stamina. If you feel that you need a change, or you feel as if the time is right to look for something new, Lisa, then go for it. But at the minute, that stamina card just asks me to take a step back. And when the cards ask me to take a step back, it usually means this is not the right time, or things are just not perfect in your everyday life to make that decision. So I'm getting that March hare vibration. So you're more than welcome, Sam. I think where it comes in there, Lisa, is March hare from obviously the Looking Glass. It's just around March time, so I know it's not fair to ask people to wait, but I do feel as if March would be a better time to revisit that question or revisit that thought in your head. So March would be a better time to look at that, or March would be a more appropriate time to look at new change and bring in new upliftment. So I'll leave that one with you. Hello, Myrtle Dubus, D-U-B-O-S-T. Of course you can have a card, my friend. Of course, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to bug your brains. I'm here to wind you up. So let's have a bit of fun. So Myrtle, it's fidelity. So what it means is love is measured by the action. I don't think it's anything to do with physical love for you at the moment, Myrtle. I think it's more along to do with love of life. Life has not been as straightforward. Life has not been as polite for you. I think somebody's got the wrong YouTube thing. So just bear with me 1 second. Just somebody unfortunately can't get onto the site for me. So as I say, Myrtle, that's what it is love within yourself. So by putting that love, putting that energy, and putting that strength into your side, the end product will justify the means. So by ending the old routine, we can bring in a new. But I'm quite surprised by that card for you, Myrtle, because it's to do with the 19th right up to the end of February, which is not that far away from us now. So just watch what happens from the 19th of February to the end of February, because in that duration of time, it just brings me, I feel excited, I feel overzealous. But it's also to do with you being right where family or friends are concerned at the moment. Because I get a feel as if somebody's been a wee bit standoffish, or somebody's been a wee bit bossy, and they're trying to make it out that you don't know what you're talking about. You do know what you're talking about, and you do know what's going on. So please, whatever you do, do not ever feel that others have got more than you do. You know, hello, Vanilla Tyson. Oh, she's got there. Yeah. I knew it's just finding me sometimes, and that's why I'm Lord. I've got that many titles. It's unbelievable. But I'm hiding from the law, you know. I'm hiding, so I keep changing my name. So nice to see you, Vanilla. But Myrtle, that's what it is, darling. You've got so much energy at the moment, and your precious energy is getting stronger as that card was out for you. So I just think that it's time to look forward to the 19th of February to the end of February. Vanilla Tyson. Hello, Vanilla, my wee friend Nulla. So let's see, Nulla, what we've got for you. Glad that you could find me finally. That's good. Compromise. Oh, what a card for you, Nulla, at this time. No compromise, because it just says there, no relationship, and is no relationship is perfect, which just means family, friends, love, relationships. This is not the time to compromise. This is like a horse that won't go into its stable. We put a set of blinkers on you, Nulla, which just means we can't see what's going on here. We can't see what's going on behind you. I just realised I'm a flight attendant. So, but you can't see what's going on, Vanilla. It's all to do with the past. So we need to close that door to the past, put these blinkers on, and only see what the future has in store, because that's the path you should be walking on, and that's the level of expectations you should set yourself, Nilla, is what's coming up tomorrow and beyond, rather what's behind you. So it's peace and tranquility, and it's harmony and joy for you, Nuala, and that's why you've got the compromise cards. You don't compromise for nobody. I don't care who they are or what they are. We do not compromise, and we do not let anybody interfere. Michelle Bailey Barnes. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Nice to see you back on here again. Trinity. It's got nothing to do with religion, and it's got nothing to do with faith or going to church or becoming religious, because I'm not into religion. I'm not forcing religion on anybody. But the Trinity is the top and the bottom and the two sides. So it's a cross of faith and it's a cross of protection for you, Michelle. And that's where the Holy Trinity comes in. I say it's not to do with religion. It's just that balance and what the Holy Trinity stands for, top to the bottom, left to the right, which just means have that cross of faith, have that faith within yourself that what you want is possible and where you need to be is acceptable. It's hard though when other people won't listen or other people don't take on board what you're saying. So Michelle, please don't let anybody get you down. Don't allow anyone to block your path in the future. But as we get that Trinity, it says, I know we're not supposed to go outdoors, but if we get out in the fresh air and maybe just, I'm not say I hug trees because I'm not a tree hugger, but it's like that the nature, because Mother Nature's looking after you at the moment. I know, Darren, it's hard when nobody listens, but that's what the Trinity says. Don't listen to other people. Don't worry about them not listening to you. You need to listen to your heart at the moment. You need to listen to that inner strength that's around you at the moment, and that's why they want you to get out into nature, as in just bring in that fresh air and reconnect with Mother Earth. We all disconnect with Mother Earth from time to time. We all get a wee bit lost with Mother Earth, and that's why we're getting that Mother Earth feeling for you, Michelle, is getting your feet firmly back on the right path to the future. So, Sam, can you see anything more? Well, Sam, that has to be your decision whether you would like them or not, whether it's going to happen or not. Let's see what the card said. Remedy. What a card to answer that card. I'm not saying you will not. I'm not saying you will, because that's not a cop out. Just at this moment, the remedy is not right now, because the next 12, 18 months is not particularly a strong or straightforward period for you, Sam. So the remedy at the moment is, the answer is yes. Coming into my energy, I would say yes, but the remedy goes just not at the moment, or this would not be a particularly best time for it. But if it happens, it happens, and you'll make it work, because you are stubborn and you're like myself. When you dig your heels in, nobody gets away with it, or nobody's allowed to diss you or disrespect you. But it brings in so much strength, and it brings in so much upliftment into your life at the moment. But just be happy with your decisions. Family, don't listen to them. Friends, don't listen to them. If you want this to happen, it will happen, because you are so switched on at the moment. It's unbelievable, because it's as if somebody's just switched on a light for you, Sam, and that's what it is. So I see there's a few other new ones have joined me here. So if you would like another card, just pop your name up and just go, yes, David, or just say yes, that's fine. And I'll do another card for you, because we're sitting here. I'm here to do it. Oh yeah, Bella can have a card. Yep, not a problem. I can choose a card for Bella. That's not a problem. Oh, settle. And there we go. It just settled. I know she's trying to make the best of it, as everybody is at the moment with the lockdown and all that going on. But for Bella at the moment, it is, if a lowly job makes you happy, it's worth it. That's not to do with work. It's not to do with career, Bella. What that means is, if you're happy with your decisions or your plans, then stick with it and don't go forward with other people's. Well, if you think that's just Bella, then I'm happy to go with that. But it made me be happy with it, and it just means don't panic, because we all panic at the moment, and we've all got reason to panic at the moment. But we shouldn't panic, because there's no reason for it. We're going to be fine. It's just a bumpy road, and I have a feeling this is the universe cleansing the negative out of our lives, so we can bring in this whole new day and bring in this whole new life. So that's why Bella, just believe, Bella, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel and the rainbow is not completely net. As though it's coming from the left, which is emotion, and it's coming from the right with strength, but it will meet in the middle very shortly to bring the promise of better things to come. So I'll leave that one with you, Bella. Myrtle, of course you can have another card, my friend. Release. Because I've got Tom Jones singing, please release me, let me go. So release the negative thoughts about being a fool or allowing people to take advantage in the past. Myrtle, it's nice to help others and it's good to support others, but sometimes you get a wake-up call. And over the next 6 months or so, it feels good. But it's to bring your greatest gift forward, and it's to bring your greatest energy to come in. Because just remember, you have a brain, you have got strength, and you've got security. And because you've got brain, strength, and security, Myrtle, there's nothing out there that I'm worried about, or there's nothing I'm concerned about. It's just a matter of putting yourself as number one, being number one, and allowing the universe to guide you. And you're being well guided at the moment. I'm glad I'm not in your sleep pattern, because you've been guided a lot through your sleep. So if you're not aware of that, Myrtle, your sleep is there. So enjoy what's coming up and be happy with what the next chapter in your life is going to be. Sam Cooley. Hello, Sam. This seems to be a personal night tonight. Everybody's nice little numbers, and I can get to use more cards if you want. So this is good when there's only a few. You're more than welcome, Myrtle. Sam. Where am I? Yeah, yes, please. So, Sam, if you're still there, start as you mean to go on and bring in the clouds of expectation. And the clouds of expectation, Sam, just means believe in yourself, and your thoughts, your feelings, and your ideas are just as important as anybody else's. So there's nobody out there more important than you, or there's nobody out there more special than you. So just remember, you're in the driving seat of your journey. So don't let anybody try and deter you or take you off on a new path. Stick to your path, Sam, because that's what it means. Start as you mean to go on and reach the heart first you want. Hello, Monica. We've got Miss Monica. Miss Monica has just come on. Hello, Miss Monica. Miss Monica. Oh, Kindership. The hills. I told you, don't let me start singing. That song, The Hills Are Alive, with the Sound of Music from the song Sound of Music. The hills are alive. It just means that you were on an upwardly projection there, Monica, and then you started to go down, or you're on the way back up again, because that's why the hills are alive with the Sound of Music. Is raise the vibration, raise the bar, and make sure you stay on the top of the mountain, and make sure you stay on top of everything that's going on at the moment, because you have a habit of compromising sometimes, and when we compromise, we feel ourselves going down. As that song is, The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. Get to the top of your energy by saying, this is my time to change. This is my opportunity to change. And this is the right time. And this is the right opportunity to be there. So I'm enjoying this little lockdown because it means I can sit and talk to people on here and spend more time with friends or people on here. Miss Nuala, do you want another wee card, Miss Nuala? I know you said thank you with a muscle and a heart. So, Nuala, I think you need card. But Monica, remember, you're at the top of the mountain moment. You're not at the bottom. You're at the top. Miss Nuala, while I've got you there, Miss Nuala, let's see what's going on here. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Change. Now, that's strange. Love the moment. You don't have forever. So, loving the moment and you don't have forever. That change just means that you don't feel that the change is going to come as quickly as it is. Well, surprise, surprise, my friend. I'm glad you come on here tonight then, because that change card just proves it. Because crossing water here, this is the water to keep you buoyant, but you're crossing over it to a new horizon. So the new horizon, Nuala, has just opened up and just brought forth strength and contentment, because this is where I need you to be at the moment, is at that river's edge or going into the sea of life and watching the horizon come towards you. So sooner than you think the changes are coming, or quicker than you anticipate it, the changes are coming, Nilla. So just remember, there is change coming, and it's a good one because it's looked to the horizon. Because crossing the water, which means symbolically you're over the halfway mark, and it's now time to relax, unwind, and enjoy what's coming up. Jojo, can I ask again? I would like to know if you can see anything about me in relation with my girlfriend. Oh yeah, Jojo, let's see what we got here for you. That's not a problem. That's what I'm here for. Don't be frightened to ask, folks, because if you don't ask, you don't receive. Progress. Progression's coming in here. What it means is there's a lack of communication. I'm not saying you don't talk, and I'm not saying you don't interact with each other, but I feel as if there's been a third element. You're more than welcome to know it. Jojo, I think there's been a third party involved because when I look at your name and when you said partner, it just made me feel as if there's an energy in between. And normally that could be just lack of communication or how we fall out with each other, but it felt as if it was a physical presence in between. So I get the impression somebody's poking their nose in or someone's trying to poke their nose in. Don't let anybody poke your nose into your private life, your personal life, or your love life because that's ours and nobody has the right to poke that in or nobody has the right to make us feel uncomfortable, Jojo. And that's why it says you need to see the whole map to take the next step. So there's questions you need answered and probably they need answers from you. But if you don't ask the questions, you'll never get the answers. And if you don't seek for the solution, you'll never find it. So Jojo, all I'm saying is when it comes to relationships or partnerships, I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying you're not talking to each other, but just get a feel as if that third element is in there. So as if a third party's poke their nose in, or a third person is trying to interfere with your personal life or your private life. Tell them all to ba 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 bee bee, go away and leave you alone. Anybody who's watching here, if you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed, please do so because the more subscriptions or the more people I get watching me, I'll makes me want to come on more, or I'm allowed to come on more because we need to have enough people watching me or liking this for me to be able to continue on. But Jojo, that's why you've got progression in that card for you, is bringing the strength and bringing the security that you deserve. The only reason I do these live feeds and stuff like that, because sometimes we just need a little bit of upliftment, or you need a clown like me to come and talk to you because it's free. It doesn't cost nothing. It's just you can switch on, switch off when you want. But it's just when somebody said that I was trying to make money out of this, I've not asked for anybody to pay any money. I've not asked for anything because I believe that this sort of thing should be free and give back what I take out of life. And I've got a lot of happiness in there. And it's time to bring hope into people's lives. So if a mad nutter like me can come on and cheer your lives up or you want to watch, then keep on going. Myrtle, I'm not kind, Myrtle. Oh, Myrtle, where did you get that idea from? I'm not a kind person. I'm a nasty wee piece of work. You don't really know me. Miss Nuala and Miss Michelle and Miss Monica and them will know that I'm a bad person. I'm a really bad person, wee Irishman, wee nasty piece of work he is. So thank you all for joining me. I'm really enjoying this, and I really do get energized when I do this type of work. Oh, don't worry about it. If you can't share it, Monica, don't worry about it. I don't know how this works. I'm not technically minded. I know that you can subscribe and stuff like that. Sam, I'm as mad as a hatter. So, Monica, don't worry about why you can't share it. As long as you like it or whatever, if you just like it and subscribe, that's enough. It's just so that YouTube knows that people watch this and it's worth me coming on to do this. So that's all it is keep on going. Anybody, I know there's 10 people watching me, so if anybody wants a card, just put up yes. You're more than welcome. That's fine. Subscribe's fine. That's fine. As long as you subscribe or like it, that lets them know that people's watching me and people appreciate what I do. Because a lot of people don't. They just come on and then just go back off again. So if you want a card, just fling it in there. Ask for a card if you want. if you're watching me, because I can see there's 10 people watching me, but if you just want another card, just ask for it, because that's what I'm here for tonight, is to play with the cards and have a bit of fun and interact with my wee pals on here. Monica, thank you for that compliment. And as you complimented me, Monica, I'll give you another card. Do you know that previous card that we had for you? You cannot believe the next one. I just cannot believe that card came out for you, Monica. Step back. You know when it said you have a habit of trying to compromise or trying to allow people to have their opinions, and then you tend to drop energy wise? I can't believe that card that came out for you, Monica, is step back. So just step back from people. So just take a step back and look after number one and believe in yourself. So by taking a step back for yourself and focus on the realization of who you are and what you want to do and where you need to be. If you want to turn the clock backwards, that's fine. If you want to go forward with a new plan of action, now's the time to do it. But just remember, every time we take a step back or every time we try to compromise with people, we weaken. It's like an elastic band. If we keep stretching an elastic band like that, sooner rather than later, it will break and there's no repairing it. So, Monica, that's why it says take a step back at the moment, take a deep breath, ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Is this really what I want? And if it's really what you want, then don't change it. Because the more we change, as I say, it's like a piece of elastic band. If we keep pulling it back and forth, sooner rather than later it breaks. And I say you can't fix it. So you can't break your energy, you can't break your strength, and it's time to look after yourself at the moment. So put yourself top of the agenda and tell everybody else to take a step back. As that card says, take a step back and focus on yourself. Anybody else like the card while I'm here? I got a few more minutes before we go because I said it would be on for an hour, so I better be a good boy. Better be a good boy. Keep saying that every week, but I never am. So, anybody else would like another card? Yep, but no, that's fine. You can have another card, darling. Not a problem. Dream. There's two types of dreams comes out with that energy for you. Nola, is the dream as in what you want to see happening in the near future once this lockdown and once this isolation has stopped, then we can focus on that or we can look at it. But the other is a dream in your head because your spiritual side or your spiritual uh, is heightening. So your advanced state of dream state is because you've taken a step back from other negative people or other people telling you what to do. And that's why you've got the dreams. So the dream ahead of you is still on track, but the dreams as in mentally, physically, and emotionally, it's time to be yourself and it's time to prove a point that you're on the right journey. You have got a success, but not everybody around you at the moment is as honest or as genuine as they make themselves out, Nola. So just remember that, Nola. Just remember that. MSA Miss East 09. Miss East 09. I think that's what it is. Hello. Okay. Let's see. Missy MS MSACEE09. Upgrade. Just like our mobile phones and our computers and our laptops and whatever, if it's going a bit slow, we upgrade it or we reboot it. And that's all that card wants you to do is to reboot your plans and go, I'm number one, I'll be number one, and nothing but number one is acceptable. So that's all it is remembering your thoughts, your feelings, and your idea is just as good as anybody else's. So that's why you're upgrading yourself. Miss East 09. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing that right or not, but it's MSACEE09. So upgrade yourself by saying, I am the best, I'll be the best, and only the best is going to come into my life. So we're bringing that positive thoughts and positive affirmations into your life. It's amazing how quickly things fall into place or how easy life becomes, and it's the thumbs up for you. So it's time for you to realize you are the right person at the right time, and that nobody has the right to interfere with some of the ideas or some of the plans you've made for yourself for the future. Myrtle, let's see, Myrtle, what we got for you. Living. Living's never easy is the song that comes to my mind because we always try to put other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions before ours. That's wonderful. That's a brilliant way of looking at life. But sometimes we really have to go sort them. I need to put myself right up at the top of the pecking order. And that's what that is. Start living your life the way you see it, Myrtle. Start living from your inner strength and your inner positivity that's been put on hold for far, far too long. So it's now time to upgrade yourself. It's now time to uplift yourself and bring the peace that's been missing, but also March, just after St. Paddy's Day. So we're talking about after the 17th. So from the 17th of March onwards in 2021, the light of hope or the light of peace comes your way. So start living from your perspective or living from your ideals. So start living the life that you see is right for you. Michelle Bailey Barnes, Sunbeam. God wants you for a sunbeam, but you're not freaking going up there just yet, girl, because God's not going to get you that quick. But the sunbeam is when the moon goes down, the sun comes up. So even though it happens every day in our lives, sometimes the moon gets stuck up there, which just means we feel low, we feel lethargic, or we just feel as if we're beating our head against a brick wall. Well, Michelle Bailey Barnes, look at this. The sunbeam's coming in, the sun is coming up. So it's as though there's an early rising to your energy or there's an early ascending of your positivity. So there's new positivity and there's new harmony coming up. So remember, this is just the first day, not the end. So this is the first day of happy new beginnings. Sam Cooley, yeah, of course you can have one for your mum, Judy. Of course you can have one for your mother, Judy. That's not a problem. Dare. He who dare wins. So where your mum's concerned, Sam, it just feels like she's not sure whether she should step out of her safety zone or stay in the safety zone. If we ever feel as if we need to change our lives or we ever feel that we want to step outside that safety zone, that's the right time to do it. So we need to step outside. So where Julie's concerned, she needs to step outside that safety zone and start believing that everything's possible. Because the more effort we put into life, the more positivity we get back out. So the more we put in, the more we get back out again. And that's why she, the dare card come out. She's frightened of, dare I change my life? Dare I act the way I want? As long as she's not harming anybody, as long as she's not abusing anybody, or as long as she's not taking advantage of anybody, then go for gold, darling, because that's what that dare card brings in. Be strong, be positive, be focused on yourself. So we'll bring that positivity in for yourself. Lisa, L-E-C. Oh, and when we get magpies, robins, starlings, anyone comes into our garden on a regular basis, or we see them on a regular occasion, usually as our loved ones coming to visit. But that brings me like a masculine feeling, Lisa. So it's as if there's a gentleman, but there's a lady energy in the back. I don't hear sea spirit, by the way, folks. I'm on a clairsense and I only sense things. So it takes me ages to work out what the sensory perception is. But Lisa, birds are spread thy wings and fly. So that's what it is spread the wings and fly. Because dogs are comforters. Sorry, dogs are protectors and guiders. Cats are comforters, and birds are spread our wings and fly. So the masculine energy that's around you from spirit through this robin is it's time to spread your wings. And robins can be vicious little things. They look cute, but they can be vicious. So it just means speak from the heart, or if you needed to be a little bit more vicious or a little bit forthright in your opinion, please do so. But the female energy is more calm, feel. So where the robin's concerned, it feels masculine, but there's a feminine softness coming in the background. So whether these two knew each other on the earth plane or these two were linked on the earth plane, but they're linked in spirit as well. So it's just bringing that chain reactions if the bond's there. So there's a bond on the earth plane, which is also in the spirit world. So that's why the robin's there down. It can be vicious when it wants to. It looks cute and it looks so cuddly, but it can also be a pain in the arse when it wants to be. Well, but if you say hello to robins, that's good. This is what amazes me. A lot of people don't realise how connected they are or how special links they've got with the universe. So we have to remember, just because I'm on here doing this doesn't mean I'm better than anybody else or I'm more important than anybody, because I ain't. Everybody has got to believe that they have got the same energy and they've got the same capabilities. Is how we deal with it. So that's why I'm on this, doing this to prove that by not seeing you, and if it makes sense to you, then that means that you're not feeding me with information or you're not giving me the information I need. So that's why I keep on talking to Robins, Myrtle, and Lisa. That Robin, red breast just means energy for me. So it's bringing lots and lots of energy. Oh yeah, sometimes hearing a bird song is as if somebody's talking to us. And if we listen quietly or just switch off, we can maybe make sense of the piece of music that they're trying to whistle or they're trying to sing. So, Lisa, with that coming for you, spread thy wings and fly down. Because what have you got to lose? Nothing. You have a lot to gain out of the next 2 years or so down the line. And Myrtle, just keep on talking to the birds. So if you see robins as well, it's amazing that both of you are seeing robins, because robins seems to be a very popular bird at the moment, especially in the winter time. But as I say, they can be vicious little monkeys when they start. Look cute on cards and look cute when you see them in the garden, but if you cross them, they can peck you. So in other words, be strong, be a little bit feisty if you've got to be feisty, folks. So anybody else still want a card? Because I've got another 7 minutes or so. So during the 7 minutes, if you would like another wee card, just put up. I think yes will be sufficient in the comment box. That would be perfect. So anybody else would like another card? Because I can see 8 people watching me up in the little corner. It says 8 people watching me. As I say, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please like or subscribe or let friends know that I'll be on here on a regular basis, hopefully. So that's my goal for 2021, is to spend more time doing live feeds on here on YouTube, because it's been. I'll go ahead then, Sam. Yeah, Sam, go for it, girl. Why not? Inspired. I don't know who you've inspired recently or who you've given a lot of time to, Sam, but it would be nice if somebody just said thank you a little bit more often, because a very few people think. So that's what that inspired is, because you inspire other people, Sam, and because you spend a lot of time with others. It would be nice to say if somebody just said thank you for a change or appreciated what you did. So if you're not getting the thank yous, if you're not getting appreciated, then you have every right to say, no, I'm busy. No, I can't do it. Or no, I'm not going to be there. But that's where the inspiration comes, because the direction that you come into in 2021 is the right direction. You walked into 2021 with such a clear view or vision or idea of what you wanted to do. But then unfortunately, lockdown come again and isolation for no reason. But as I said to a client earlier on tonight or earlier on this live feed, I still think that a lot of people haven't learned their lessons. I'm not saying that we haven't learned our lessons. I'm not saying that anybody watching me hasn't learned the lessons, but the universe as a whole, there has to be a lot of change, because too many people were take, and they weren't giving anything back in return. So it's now time to share, and if we can't share, then don't bother being asking for help. And that's what the problem is. Too many people ask for help, but they're not prepared to give it when they need it. So that's where that inspired come for you, Sam, is people don't tend to appreciate some of the hard work you put in or some of the effort it's given, because people always take for granted their needs or their thoughts are more important than anybody else. No, we deserve a wee hug, or we deserve a bit of appreciation from time to time. Uh, Michelle, oh, you see crows? Oh, crows are lovely. I love crows. Just love the strength, the color, the black. Because black to me is an end of an era and the beginning of a new. But five crows together. So if there's five crows together, Michelle, in the numerology where I'm concerned, five's the halfway mark, which means there's no going back. It's all forward motion now, because you've heard of the demarcation line, or the best way to describe it, if you signed yourself up for a 10-mile race and you've done five, you would never go back to the start. You continue on to the end, because it would be stupid to go back to the start, because you might as well have gone to the end. So that's why the five probably has come in there for you, Michelle, is because five is a halfway mark or a demarcation line as you go forward. So nice to see your comments. Anybody else? I'm still here, so if anybody else would like another card, don't feel as if you're being greedy to ask, or don't feel as if you're jumping the queue, because you're not. When there's very few people on, it's good to be able to interact with you a wee bit better, or to keep an over it. Because when I do this on Enlightenment or my own site, live feed with David Craig, or go onto my own Facebook, there's too many people comes on sometimes and I can't get through everybody. So at this minute where YouTube's concerned, it's small, it's delicate, and there's very few people. Yeah, Nuala, glad, good on you, girl. I'm glad you keep asking for these cards, because I love playing with cards. For those who know me, I just love playing with cards and the energy with cards. Let it go. I can't believe these cards coming out for you tonight, Nuala. Let it go. And I hate that song from Frozen, because it does me a freaking head in. So the Let It Go song from Frozen, I'm not saying you're Elsa from Frozen, but let it go, let it go. So, in other words, it's hard sometimes to let go of the past, or let go of frustration or anger, because you always think, did I cause that? Or have I done something to make the others feel uncomfortable? And Nuala, you haven't. And it just says, sometimes we just have to stand up and say, do you know, I'm going to be selfish here. I'm just going to look after myself. I'm really going to focus only on what I want. Friends, family, they can go to the back of the queue. And that's all it is, Nuala, is let it go. Because you try to be strong, you try to be focused, and you try your hardest to do the best for other people. But in the back of your mind, it's like, maybe I should be a little bit more sympathetic. Maybe I should be a little bit more understanding. No, let that thought, let those feelings go, because according to that card, you're doing nothing wrong. You are all you're doing is trying to be like a salmon. You're trying to go upstream. Salmons are freaking stupid. They keep going upstream rather than going following the current. They go against it, and only the strong get to the top. And that card, let it go, means you're strong, you're focused, and you've got success just around the corner. And that's why it is let it go. So let the past go and only focus on the more positive, the more uplifting, and the more reassuring side of your life, Nuala. And it's there. So I thought I'd done my hour, but I haven't done my hour. I've got a few more minutes. So I thought I'd run out of time. It's just I'm looking at my clock, which is there, which just happens to be a wee bit fast according to my laptop timing, and the clock there, it shows me that I'm at that clock's 5 minutes fast. So for another 5 minutes, folks. So anybody else want to throw your name in there or ask for a card while I'm here? So just fling up a yes in the comment box, or say, so I can say hello to you, or I can get you sorted. So anybody else would like to fling their name in there, you're more than welcome. If you don't, I'll have to go and I'll have to close down. But while you're watching, I don't want to do that. So anybody, I see I've got 9 watching me. So if 9 people still watching, and as I say, any of those 9 that hasn't subscribed or liked this page, please do so, because the more likes and the more subscribers I've got, the better chance I've got of continuing on with my work. Because if it does this, I'm going to do a little bit of talks on tarot. I'll do talks on runestones, crystals, and all sorts. Oh, we would hate you to go. Well, Michelle, I'm afraid I'm like a bad penny. I don't freaking go away that easy. I keep turning up, so, but I don't want to let it go, let it go. I shouldn't sing because my singing skills are a wee bit naff, so I shouldn't even try to sing. So, Michelle, for that lovely comment, journey. Now, we all meditate, or we should try and meditate, says he. He doesn't do it very often. More so during the lockdown and isolation because it passes the time. But Michelle, you're more than welcome, Sam. Thank you very much. The journey for you is through meditation and relaxation, but you must have like a Native American CD in your collection or an American meditation CD in your collection, Michelle Bailey Barnes, because that's where that journey comes in. We all lose our path, and I know everybody thinks that spiritualism is all to do with Native Americans and all that. They're just very spiritual people. They're very Mother Earth based people. But sometimes their meditations and sometimes their shamanic music is amazing because it just relaxes the whole body and it unwinds all the tension and pressures in our soul. And that's why shamanic drumming or drums or listening to sounds is amazing. So, Michelle, that journey is to do with that either shamanic, but I don't think it is shamanic. I think it's more Native American music like uh, the flute or the pan pipes or something like that there. But I think you really need to into your meditation again, Michelle, because the piece of music going through this head of mine is the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. So, oh, if you've got that CD, Michelle, then please listen to it because that piece of music coming into my head is it needs to go forward now. It needs to get to the next level because you've got an amazing path or an amazing journey because that's why the song was The Answer, My Friend, is Blowing in the Wind. So the answer is there for you. So I'll bring in the answers as we go along. So as I say, thank you all so very much for watching here. Is there anybody else would like another card before I disappear? Because I've got time. This is heat. I sit here all night. If I get away with it, I would never go off here because it really does energize me and I get really a lot of kick out of it. Don't mean kick as an egotistical kick. I get a kick as an energy and it really lifts my energy because we all get low sometimes or we all feel a wee bit flat. So by just listening to friends or talking to friends or interacting with friends or family or whatever, it uplifts us and we feel refreshed. It's like a car battery. If you don't use it, it goes flat, or we just need that little inspiration. And that's why we've got battery chargers. We put batteries into chargers. We put car batteries on charge. So everything needs recharged, and even our phone needs recharged. Everything needs recharged in this day and age because everything is to do with energy. And just remember, our energy is equal to everybody else's. Others out there might say that they're more energized, they know more than us, or they're more special than we are. Don't believe a word of it, because not one of us on this pathway, not one of us on this earthly journey is better, stronger, or more important than anybody else. It's equal. That's what I love about the Native Americans' attitude or the shamanic journey. Because on the shamanic journey, especially because I've been to America a few times and went to quite a lot of metaphysical centers, love going around the metaphysical centers because you learn, meet different people, see different styles, talk to different individuals. It's amazing. We're trapped, not, I don't mean that in a bad sense, that we're trapped on the sound, but being able to get to America and being able to go out with my friend Debbie, who's a minister in Largo, in Florida, was amazing to be able to go through those. Yeah, I agree with you. Yep, I really agree with you, Myrtle. We all have our place on this, and we're all here for a reason. But as I say, I just love being in America with my friend Debbie, who's a minister in the Largo spiritualist movement. We went to many spiritual meetings and metaphysical centers, and through her help and with her help and others around her, that's where the Reverend David Crick comes from, because not very many people, and I said I would never do it, but I'm doing it. I'm the Reverend David Crick. I have been for a long time. And the only reason I'm using it now is because Debbie was on the phone with me not so long ago, telling me off for not using it in my title. No, but it's the metaphysical centers is amazing. I say this island is beautiful. This island's got an amazing energy, but to be able to be mixing with different people and different uh, areas, because we're stuck to a small community and we're stuck to a small percentage of people who want to talk. Whereas America, even when we're up in Stirling, Scotland, or when I've been across in other places in England, it's amazing to be able to go to different places and meet different people with different opinions. And that's what's wrong. Too many people say I'm right, and too many people say they know it. They don't. We know what we know, but somebody else may know a wee bit more. And this is where the sharing bit comes in, because I've done this in a few of my live feeds on Facebook, is if we don't share what I know, if I don't share it, then nobody's going to learn what you know. And if you don't share it, then I'm not going to learn. But I love, because I learn so much from doing this, and I get so much pleasure and I get so much information just by doing this, because the universe, the spirit world, whatever you want to call it, watches us to see. They'll meet us halfway. Don't get me wrong. They will meet us halfway. Uh, Yep, I think that's what. Yeah, Michelle, you're right. We're only beginning to see what's available. We're only beginning to see, but because of this COVID in 2020, back end of 20, and early part of 21, we've all had to slow down. We've all had to do things totally differently. So we've had this time now to realize what we have missed, and life is precious as it is, and there's nothing out there that's that important. Because do we need to go to pubs? Do we need to go to clubs? Do we need to go to restaurants? Do we need to be partying? No, because we proved that with the lockdown, and we proved that with the isolation, not being able to be involved with things. Excuse me. So that's where it comes from. And now somebody stepping too close from spirit. It always happens when I start talking. Spirit's got too close, but it's letting me know that, just look at the time, I have now overstayed my welcome yet again. God, I'll have to learn to stick to my times when I say I'm going to do it. But anyway, thank you all ever so much for joining me tonight, and I will be back as soon as possible. So thank you one and all, and as I say, I will be back as soon as I can. So for now, enjoy the rest of the evening, what's left of it, and I will be back with you soon. Bye.